My ear has been popped for like 3 weeks. Hey people, Mark here, and welcome back to one of these, where I just kind of talk for a little bit. I feel like I'm gonna just use this as kind of a journal for myself. Any of you can watch if you want to watch. It'd be cool. I mean, I appreciate it either way. Just wanted to throw something up because I've been thinking about a lot of things. Uh, Specifically, again, time. I've still been thinking about like time, and since my video went up talking about basically, why am I so huge? Since my video went up talking about time, in the time is everything, that was the video. Since that video went up, I've been thinking even more and more and noticing more and more how little time there is in a day. And I've said so many times that I say I have a lot of ideas. None of them get to come to fruition just yet, maybe not even by next year. Because in trying to find time between work and school and the normal, videos I've been uploading, the gameplay stuff, which I do want to do. It's just, sort of, it's not as time consuming as work and school, but it is time consuming. And on top of that, trying to find time to work out and eat healthy and write a book, write an audio drama, make money for all that stuff. I find myself not having time for any of that stuff. If you can relate, remember to like and subscribe and comment your daily toil. Sorry about that, I have to play the game. Seriously though, since that last video, I have found that there is just no time to do anything non-productive to my, like, 3 paths that I've chosen for myself, and I'll go into that later. By non-productive, I basically mean anything that is sort of video games that are not being recorded for videos or streamed, drawings that are not meant for class. I don't watch shows or movies anymore. But the three paths, right? So the first path is obviously YouTube, Twitch stuff. So streaming, making videos, trying to come up with better ideas for videos, different stuff than just playing a game every single day, which that's all I've got time for right now. Number 2 is school, which will eventually, hopefully, lead into a career. But before that, it's going to have to end up taking me to New York in 2024, but that later again. What is with my frame rate? Am I crazy? Is this not good? It's a whole half a second delayed, which is normal, but I don't know. But yeah, moving's a whole other thing that I'll have to deal with when that comes. And number 3 is the least easy to define. It's indie shit, which I'll just explain all of that later. With YouTube and Twitch, I want to keep doing what I'm doing, but let's just say I understand why all YouTubers have editors. Holy. I've been getting better at it. I'm getting much faster and much more consistent. I think I've actually whittled down like 1 hour of video footage to 2.5 hours of editing. So that's pretty good. That said, there's much more complicated types of videos I'd want to make, but they just take so long. Most aren't even games, or even about gaming. Some aren't, some are skits even. I've never thought I'd be the type to do like skits, but I've had ideas. But most of these video ideas are going to have to wait until I lose the job, get out of school, or just get so good at editing that it's just an easy breeze for me, which I don't think that's ever happened for anyone. As for Plague Tale and God of War, I have finished Plague Tale. I have finished it. It's just editing the videos takes forever. There's 10 of them. 2 of them are out, so there's that. God of War, I'm like 5 episodes in, but only 2 of those are out. And I've made a lot of shorts out of them, though, of varying quality, but it's good for the channel to just have content, Like, I have so many cool ideas, but no one will see them if it's all there is on the channel. So I do have to, like, kind of, like, fill out the channel with, like, hay to make it seem fuller than it really is, and then put in some good videos. That's my plan mostly right now. But as I've said on stream, shorts having a subscribe button on them is pretty broken, and I've got to play the game. For school, I'm only in 2 courses right now, although the workload and homework is pretty substantial, but I also found out that my school offers video editing, and advanced video editing in After Effects. That's pretty cool, so I might as well fucking, like, yoink those while I can before I transfer. Those editing courses are mainly just to learn the stuff in them, but the main idea of what I'm doing in school is trying to learn animation and get the animation bachelor's, which the piece of paper's fine, right? It's okay. I know the piece of paper is not too useful, but I don't know how to animate. So And I have failed at teaching myself how to do it so many times. I need instruction. So that's really what an animation course is for. If you already know how to animate, chances are you can just animate your way to a job. And the degree would be useless, but not for me. I legitimately cannot figure it out. I've tried. 2D animation specifically. I have tried so hard, but it's too much. It's too much for me to teach myself. Now, indie stuff, for the most part, is stuff that I can do by myself. Some of it I can do right now, but I just don't have enough time. Like, for example, this is the first time I'll be telling anybody outside of close friends, but I'm writing a book. Put that on the back, in the About the Author section. Idiot. I don't want to reveal too much, but it is a cosmic horror story, and it's pretty big. It's gonna take me probably a while to write the rough draft, but then I've got to transfer it to a manuscript to publishers, and then I've got to make it publishable. So that's 3 times I've got to write this book. Obviously, the two other times won't take as long, right? But still, it's gonna take a long time. It's gonna be here. Let me show you. It's gonna be about this thick, so pretty thick. Not ludicrous. The first act might be about, that thickness there, and then the rest of it would, it's a long story. It's a long story. It's set in one of the universes that I've made for my shows that I've talked about before that will eventually be made in a few decades, hopefully. I basically finished the prologue for the rough draft in a couple days, but yeah, it's a long book. As for the audio drama, I can probably finish writing it next year, but I've got to go to the effort of finding voice actors, being able to pay them, renting out studio space, that kind of stuff, learning about all of the processes through which you do that kind of thing. So I've got time on that one. All expensive, all years away. Okay, the frame rate does suck. I thought so. Why is it so bad? Maybe it's just because I don't know. Maybe it's because it's recording and showing me that. Another thing, 3D animation, I understand. I totally understand how to do it. I can model, I can sculpt in 3D Blender specifically, but it's time consuming as hell, which, as I have stated before, I got no time. I got no time to lose time. Some people say to me, you're young, you've got time, slow down. No, what do you mean slow down? I've got time, I know, I'm using it. Time is all we have. Why would I waste any of it? I'm gonna fucking keep going. Be patient. Don't push yourself. Fuck you. As long as I can move and make things, I must do that. And I have so many ideas for 3D animations as well, but no time to make them yet. But they will come. Those animations will come eventually. And I've been so swamped, I haven't had time to stream in weeks, which sucks, because I wanted to bring back Dark Souls and finish Resident Evil 1 this month, but I guess that's not happening. I swear, if a single one of these things that I've mentioned in this whole video made me 10% of minimum wage, I'd quit my job. I would quit my job immediately and just do all of this stuff that I've said. I would just do it all, because the job is the number one time vampire that I have in my life. I live a 40-minute drive away from my job, which that's 40 minutes if I break all the laws, which means there back. That's 120 minutes of wasted time a day. That means there and back is an hour and 20 minutes of wasted time every day. Not to mention the 3 hours I sit there staring at people splash around in the pool doing nothing with their lives. Okay, calm down. 3.5 hours every shift except for weekends, which is 5 hours. It's not great money either. It barely covers gas in Chicago, but you know what? It's better than nothing. And there are pros to this job. Pros: minimal supervision, no manual labor, it's not Home Depot, lacks about attendance, lots of nearby vegan restaurants, good neighborhood, friendly co-workers that are cool people, understanding bosses. It is very much worth it. Until I get another income source. But for now, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. If anything, the amount of editing I'm doing for Plague Tale and God of War will make editing streams much easier in the future. That's my State of the Union address. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Keep the big energy booming. Peace. Arrivederci. Hasta luego. Bye-bye. Oh, by the way, it's my birthday this week, so give me